Hello, hello. Let's see how this goes. Let's see. Why isn't this opening? Why did they do this to me? Why? Why won't you open? Why? I get to watch too, don't I? No? Okay, great. 4 weeks ago? 2 seconds ago. There's something wrong, as usual. I tell you. Killing me. You're killing me. Hello, hello. There we go. I gotta lower my volume so we don't get an echo. But why don't I have any volume? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Let me get rid of the echo. John is already here. Yes, sir, it has been a great one. Give me one moment here while I update my iPad so I can communicate. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, Chris, what's up, buddy? How you doing? You see the table behind me is growing. I'm gonna try something here, guys. Bear with me. Oh, there's a whole bunch of you showing up. Man, you guys are quick. You guys are hard up for videos today. There's nothing going on, right? God, I was out there all day today. I'm like, what is going on? So, guys, we took in the Parsippany Slot Car Show today. Me and my buddy Tom, aka No Dog Motorsports, and met Kenton there, and saw one of my subscribers, JC. I didn't recognize poor JC. I was so embarrassed. So if you're out there watching, sir, you didn't have your mask on. The last time I saw you, you were here. You had a mask. So hang on a second, guys. I'm just kind of, I'll let that joke fly. It was taller, and then 1.5-inch foam. I was gonna go 2-inch, but I'm going 1.5-inch. And you say, Mayor, why the foam on top? What's it gonna do? One, quiet. Although let's be honest, the click-clack track, right? I mean, you know, there's a lot of seams, so it made noise. But I was on very thin. Let me get it. Very thin indoor-outdoor stuff that I got from Home Depot, right? Home Depot. And you can, I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but I could see daylight through it. Well, kind of daylight, but you could see the light coming through it, right? So it was really thin, really good. No fur anywhere in any of my cars ever. Great investment. 4x8 sheet, I think, was $18. And I've used the death out of it. I've used it for painting, templates, whatever. But I don't want carpet anymore. So we're doing the foam. And we're doing the foam because I can also carve my river. So I'm going to be making a river carved into the foam. This is all going to get painted. I'm not going to go crazy with decor like I did before, but there's going to be some. So if you don't like styrofoam noises, you may want to lower your volume. This stuff is, I mean, squeaky is an understatement. Poor Jane helped me get it downstairs, and then she was like, I'm done. And yeah, she wasn't happy. But it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. So, Mayor, why is your table bigger? In case you guys don't know, and even though Brian Pro Tinker makes fun of me, I did go out and buy a routed track. Secondhand, we found one in Massapequa, Long Island. That's Lawn space Guyland, Long Island. But yeah, got a routed track TKO, what they call a Generation 1. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the difference is between Gen 1 and Gen 2. I don't. It might be the dog, maybe they use dog bones to connect them rather than the screws. I don't know. But I did. This is just a piece of it, obviously. The rest of it is actually behind you. And you can't see that. That is off camera. But you've seen it in other pictures, but maybe I'll spin the camera around in a few minutes. So I've been spending the day, we went and got our foam a couple days, 2 days ago. No, Saturday? Yeah, we went on Saturday and got it. And then today we went to the Parsippany Slot Car Show. And honestly, I kind of couldn't wait to get home and look at all this again and get some input. So Kenton from Slot Cars and HO Trains came by, as he always does after the Parsippany show. And also Tom from No Dog Motorsports came over, good friend. And we just kind of laid out the phone, trying to figure out where it goes. And I said I was, okay, we're done. And then they left for the day. And then I'm staring at this going, well, it's not going to get done by itself. And it's not going to get done if I don't do it. So that's what I've been doing. So you can see the blue painter's tape going down. That's just to get those edges really, really crisp and tight. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I also didn't want the foam to fall on any of my plywood seams. Let me see what you guys are out there for. Who's there? Who's there? Who's there? Wow, you guys are really here. Cool. Appreciate it. Keep the lights up, guys. Keep the lights up. I could use them for sure. For sure. That's a pretty good view. By the way, the cloud is purposely blocking that LED light because it just overpowers that camera. I've seen it before, and I literally have tape marks on the floor, so I know where to put the stand. So, see, let me show you. I just made the last one, right? So again, I apologize if you don't like styrofoamy noises. I'll try to do my best to minimize it, but it's squeaky. All right, so this is the one I literally just cut before I went live. And you say, Mayor, how come you haven't been doing your whole table live? I don't know. I didn't think everybody would be interested in me cutting plywood. It's mostly noise, right? You guys can hear me okay. I know I'm a little bit loud as it is, so I'm sure it's all right. One is less than two. True. Okay, so I just literally just cut this piece, and I want to see. Get in there. What's going on here? I gotta trim. Never mind. When in doubt, flip it around. So I'll trim this down again. I'm trying to get the seams to match up the best I could. Wow, that's pretty good. Nice, I like it. So it looks like I gotta trim a little bit more out here. It's probably hanging over by maybe a 1/4 inch, but I can press it in there pretty tight. All right, good. So that one's done. And I'm not worried about these being perfect. This piece, for some reason, was cut large from Home Depot or whoever made it. But yeah, guys, that's what I'm doing. Doing the table. So it's time to move all this down again. Move on to the next piece after I tape this one in. And I don't want to sit here and do right now anyway, I don't want to do the minutia of just sewing. If you're wondering what that line is, that's not me. That's just showing the beams where somebody would have, 16 on center and all that kind of stuff. So this is all I've been doing. There's not much else. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So once this is all, and I'm doing this just to get the edges right. It's nice and tight here. There we go. Then it's on to electrical. My wiring nightmare down under this table, you don't want to see it. It's rough. Oh, it's like rough. So it's there. Try to keep these snug so they don't move around too much. There we go. All right, so what I did, as you can see now, it's not on a seam, which I love, because, I may have had 3/8 over there in 15, 30 seconds plywood, thanks plywood industry. So it's kind of tough to trim out and cut. So as long as I stick with the 18 inches, and I knew I should have gone under when I measured it a couple of minutes ago before I cut it. I swear to God, I knew I should have. I'd rather be long and trim it back later than short. But honestly, when I'm done, I'm going to probably be putting up like shelving. It'll look like shelvings for Micah, and I'll frame it out. But yeah, that's what we're doing. I got some cool stuff that I had no intention of spending money today at the slot car show. That's what we all say, right? And I couldn't pass up some deals. I picked up 2 cars. One pink Camaro for Sweet Jane, because, pink car. and one Mr. Chevy Nomad, the green one. And guys, even amongst our friends, we've been seeing those go for 30 and 40. And guess what? I got both of them new in the package for 30 bucks today. 30. Are you kidding me? That's what they're getting for just Mr. Chevy. So I bought those. And I also, oh, and I can't tell you this next part because they're going to go out to a few people. Let's just say I found some cool things for Christmas time. But I can't really mutter it. And, oh, look at that. Look at that seam, baby. Woo! That's nice. I got to measure out here. So, yeah. So I got some of those coming. Oh, yeah. See, now you can see the 1/4 inch difference. I don't know. I know you guys can't, but that is literally, yeah, it's 1/4 inch. Exactly. So I knew I should have cut it a little scant. That's all right. I'll survive. And then, guys, it's got to be close enough for government work. That's what it is. Let me see what you guys are up to. I did not. You were there? John, are you kidding? Oh, dude. Shoot. Are you kidding me, John? I didn't know you were going. I kept asking people all week during everybody's live. I ran into JC's garage, and a few others guys that I'd known that I used to race with all over New Jersey and whatnot. Saw all those guys. We're all showing our age, that's for sure. I met a lot of those guys in 2006, maybe, and raced with them, but, you know, that's 20 years ago. I forget that, you know. It's crazy. Keep the likes up, guys. Appreciate it. I see them out there. Very nice. Thank you, thank you. Guys, any questions about the track? Let me see. Any? Brett Mayer, how was the show? It was pretty good. The sales, I was shocked. Also, the pricing is pretty average, right? You don't find anything too crazy. But this one slot car store, no, I don't have the business card. I left it upstairs, I think. Yeah, I did. Slot Car Depot? I think they said they were out of Florida. Dude, the sale was crazy. Crazy, crazy good. I was shocked. I'm very happy I met them and very happy I made the sale with them. And I bought 6 other things from them that I promise you I'd love to share, but I can't. And then I got Scott a surprise. Scott doesn't know it yet. I got Scott a surprise. I can't show you because if I run over there, he's going to see it. But yeah, so that's it. I can't believe you were there. You saw Kenton too? Kenton, and that poor guy, filmed, and for some reason he had no audio. Oh, I feel terrible. I saw him film, and I even jumped in, but you wouldn't know it. I literally went in like one of these and said, you know, blah, 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 hello, but nobody knew. Yeah, I guess nobody knew. All right, so let's see if I can get this marked down here now. I'm going to see where this falls. It should be 18, but I'm going to see how accurate I can get it. See. Oh, I meant to mark the other side. Way to go, genius. Yeah, I like cutting the other side because then I get a nice clean cut. So, we're gonna flip it over. Again, I'm trying to do the quiety for you non-styrofoam people liking. All right, hold on. Where's my cut side? Okay, good. Right. Oh. Oopsie. That sounded weird. All right, hold on. Try that again. So I do it that way and flip it around. This is an unfinished edge, which is drop off, which I don't care about. Beautiful, that's what I want. Okay. So yeah, John, I can't believe I missed you. Holy smokes. I am so sorry about that, sir. Would have loved to have met another one of our fans and slot car peoples. It's so funny how you know, all those guys are there, right? You barely talk to anybody. It's so strange to me sometimes. There we go. All right, let's see. I'm humming Pink is my favorite color. Pink from Aerosmith. It's kind of funny. All right, so we're gonna flip it over again because we want that piece of drop off. That is officially called drop off. I used to own a glass shop. The pieces you ain't gonna use, just drop off. All right, let's see. Let's see how I did. Oh, hell no. There it is. There's that 1/4 inch again. Where was the pencil? I guess it's just the way I'm doing the angle. Or it's following the plywood. This side's better. So we're going to do this. Anyways, this is what I've been doing, guys. I know it's not a lot. Toju's in the house. What's up? Metal. Fast Sports. Hello, John. Thank you, sir. I'm getting there. And that Luke, my friend. How are you? How are you? Awesome. Funny, so nice and quiet. Yeah, and it doesn't really need to be quiet. I mean, I'm going from, what was that, 60 pieces of track? So 60 scenes times 4 lanes down to either 6 or 8, I forget. Yeah, I have no way of knowing, honestly. So yeah, 6 or 8, I forget. I'll go with 8. Let's just go up. But I mean, that's, you know, not even close to what the other one was. So less scenes. It's already going to be quiet. It's in a basement, relatively finished. I mean, it's not carpet, but it was never that loud down here. But even still, it doesn't matter. Stay over there. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. I really shouldn't use the track as a straight edge, but it really does help. Let's do this. Oh, I can't. I forgot that's got a power cap underneath. Shoot. All right, let's try the longest piece of plexi is probably what I already have. So let's just go with this. Give you a little tip, guys. Your straight edge on plexi, you have to assume it's cut. The sharper edge is cut edge no matter what, because at the factory they're polished. You say, "Mary, how do you know that? You used to own a glass shop." Plexi was our thing. If I still own my glass shop, you know what kind of plexi I could get? We had white, we had gray, we had bronze. Let me tell you, bronze is classy, man. Bronze would look so cool on our tracks, but that stuff is a fortune now. Steffi, hello. Hello. How are we? Hey, you guys are here. Keep the likes up, guys. Keep the likes up. I appreciate it. I really do. All right, so let's do say what. Anyway, so what I was saying about the plexi is the sharper edge. It's got a little bit of a bite to it. It's not sharp. I'm not going to get cut. But you want the polished edge. All right, that's going to be the one from the factory. That's supposed to be like pretty much laser straight. So we're going to go with that end, just so you know. I mean, we assume, of course, you guys know how to cut your plexi. I'm going to show you a trick. All right, guys. If you ever get plexi, not Lexan. Not the unbreakable stuff. Give me a second. Let me see if I get a utility knife. It's literally behind the camera, so I'm going to lower my volume here. I don't know if I have another utility knife in here, but let's see. I might. You might, Robert. You might. Otherwise, we're going to have to pretend. I'm going to pretend. I think I have. I thought I had a utility knife in here, but no, I don't see it. Okay, so we're going to lie. This is going to blow your mind, guys, and I mean it. I guarantee not one of you knew this unless you worked in a glass shop. Plexiglass, they sell plexi cutters, right? Yeah, who cares? They sell saws and blades and blah, 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 right? I'm going to come close. Let me show you this. We're going to pretend this is a utility knife. Hopefully you can see me. Let me see. I'm trying to see it on there. Oh, yeah, you can. Okay, so we're going to pretend this is a utility knife, right? Here's the blade. Okay, so the blade is out this way, right? So you're about to cut like this. Not with plexi. Flip it over. You think I'm nuts? I'm not. And you score the plexiglass. You make a groove. Keep it close. Keep it tight, right? You want to do it straight. Because don't forget, upside down, your blade's going to want to go flying. Upside down. And you score it, and you score it 3, 4, 5 times. And then you split it, and it goes perfectly. A little trick. A little trick. What was that? A little tip from our Uncle Larry. What was that? That was a stand-up comedian. But yeah, that's how you cut plexi, backwards. So I'm going to show you again, right? We're pretending this is a full-size utility knife, and normally you would cut this way. You flip it, and you hold it against whatever other straight edge you have to cut the plexi, and you score the plexi. And that's how you do that. Now I'm going to go over here and see how many people said, I knew that, because I have a feeling you don't. Because then I'm going to do a new trick, a nice bar trick you guys will love. Let's see. Deep into the pen. Yes, we are. Hey, oh, that's so cool. Okay, so let's see. Did anybody, well, crap, that's going to help when I make those annoying in a second. Yeah, exactly. If you're using plastic or plexiglass, usually a basement window, right? But now I'm going to give you another trick. This is a good bar trick. But you need stuff. I can cut glass, window glass, with scissors. And you say, no way, you need a glass cutter. Nope. I can do it. Does anybody know the trick? Let's go out there. I know they can use glass cutters, right? Yeah, duh. But can you cut a piece of thin like this? This is, I guess this is supposed to be quarter, but they don't really make true quarter, like 2x4s, right? They're not really, they're nominal. So 1/8 inch, let's go with 1/8 inch window glass. I can cut it with scissors. Does anybody know how? Let's see. Yeah, let's see if it's under that I refuse to cut. There you go. Yeah. Okay, so I don't see any comments about it. So you ready? This is what you do. Get a little piece of glass and a bucket of water. Preferably salt. Put salt in the water, but you don't have to. But the deeper the water, the more water you have, the more pressure on the blade of the scissor and the glass. And you can literally, you're not going to cut it perfectly, but you can cut, I would say maybe what we call 8-inch rounds. So think maybe like an old 45, show my age. You can cut that with scissors with a bucket of water. It's a great bar trick. Not that I'm much of a drinker anyway, but whenever we did it, we'd tell the bartender we can cut a piece of glass. He would go, he's full of baloney. And lo and behold, they would find a piece of glass down in their basement from somebody that didn't do anything. And lo and behold, I'd get him. And he'd have to buy us drinks. It's kind of funny. All right, let's see if I can, since this is the piece I'm not going to be keeping. And this is the, where am I? Okay, I'm going this way, right? Yeah, okay, so that's the piece we want to keep. Oh, it is too big. Yikes. All right, I'm going back to 18. I don't care. Going back to 18, so that one. Where are you? And then this one, we don't care. So we're going to go back to 18 over here. Changing my favorite color. Yeah, that one too. 18. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my marks going down here. Ooh. Not bad, not bad. Anybody got any questions about the track, what the new size or any of that stuff is? Anybody want to know why, how I made my error about my calculation about how big the table used to be? I don't know if you guys saw that video. All this time, I swear to you, all this time, what am I doing? I put that away. That was a good job. All this time, I thought my table was 22. And I told everybody, oh, 4x22 or 4x22. Yeah. So I added 2 feet down that end, and like maybe 20 inches down that end during the first expansion, right? That was the first time. So me and Jane built the 4x16, and then my buddy Andy came over, and we made the table longer to get a little bit more straightaway in there and to kind of soften the curves down the end, and it really helped. So you say, Mayor, what'd you do? Well, easy, I added wrong. 16 plus 2 is 18, not 20. And I went straight to that, and I went straight to 22 because I kept thinking, oh, I'm making it 21. No, I didn't. So the old table is 20 and a half, dummy. So we added, well, down that end, we added 18 more inches at the end there. We're at 21 feet, 6 inches, so 21 and a half feet that way. And we went from 4 feet to 5'6" this way. So yeah, we're both directions. I really did it for just a little decor, a little breathing room. And with the lower table, which I like, and now with the foam on it, yeah, I can still get more than halfway in case we crash. And I've got claws and magnets if we need them, but everybody's taller than me, so it's not going to matter. Except James. James not taller than anybody. So let's get this. Oh, I got to get weight on here again. Hold on. Forest candle. Just to get enough weight on there. Let's see if we can do this. Trying to keep the styrofoam noise down, so I know some people can't stand it. Me, I could care less. It's like squeaking balloons and what do you call it, chinging, right, of forks and knives. That stuff doesn't bother me. I do admit, though, I'm not a fan of the noise on the chalkboard. It doesn't really, like, fingernails, it doesn't bother me, the noise. It's the fact that, oh my God, what that must feel like. I couldn't do it. Could not do it. All right, let's see where we, let's go. Oh, I can't put the clamp, so that sucks. Let's see. Oh, right there. Boom. There we go. Yeah, good. And then So yeah, this is it, guys. So after this, all right, after this part is done, oh, I just made that, didn't I? After this part is done, I'm going to secure the foam, but not permanently yet. It's going to be close to permanently, if there's a, for lack of a better description. But the reason we're doing that is because I've got to match up my race coordinator timing wiring, or whatever you want to call it, my wiring to this track. So you figure my power taps are going to be in a different spot. So I'm going to have to drill holes in the plywood, and the foam's going to be in the way. So then I'm going to have to label how my foam is laid out once it's all taped in. And I don't know if you guys know, really simple trick. You make different shapes at each joint, right? So I'll make a circle here, and then I'll say this way is the bar, that's where the human pit lane, and then I'll do that for just about every seam where they meet each other. This way when I come back in, boom. And I also mark my straight corner, my true corner, but really, I mean, the way this plywood table is, I wouldn't want to show it to a carpenter. It's close, it ain't perfect, but I mean, you know, I'm not a carpenter. Jesus was a carpenter. I'm not a carpenter. I was a glazer, that's what a glass guy is. Yeah, it looks good. Why doesn't that look good? Oh yeah, okay, we're good. All right, let's get this in here. Here we go. Oh yeah, I'm money. Okay, here comes all the squeaky styrofoam part. It's rough. It is rough. Again, it doesn't really bother me, but I take my time. Now, normally I would cut this with the straight edge, like against the straight edge, but the thickness of the knife is just goofy and it's cracked at the end, so I didn't trust it. But what I did trust was going slowly and staying in the groove, as they say. So slow and steady wins the race. Who's there? Marky! What's up, Mark? We're going, we're getting there, buddy. We're getting the styrofoam on. So you see the table height is lowered because it looked even short of me, right? It used to be 5 inches taller. Well, and then there's 1.5 inches foam here. So 5 inches shorter table, flat and level. My buddy Dean came over, my fishing buddy, and we did that. So I gotta be careful I don't cut this. They're on center kind of marks. So what I do, I don't go all the way first. I just kind of, I heard a weird noise. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm doing, I'm just going to score it, right? That's what you do. This is the, by the way, guys, this is what you do to cut plexi as well. As I mentioned before, you score it. You're just making marks. That's all you're doing. You're just kind of digging in. I don't like to make it too messy, but you'll see in a minute. And see, I'm already off. You'll see in a minute how it's going to get a little bit rougher as I go. But the more cuts I make, the better. But honestly, it's foam. It's not that big a deal. Not really. But, Mark, I've been watching you at Ralphie's track. Sorry I'm not making eye contact, guys. I'm a little busy with a razor blade in my hand. But yeah, I've been watching you on Ralphie's track, man. Looking good. Oh, my God. He must be so excited. I know you were doing, I think you were doing just the power taps. But I didn't tune in long enough. I know one of your videos, we look up. Yeah, you're going to learn Italian swear words here, guys, so let me know if you want to learn some. They might have a Jersey accent in them, so real Italians would say, that's not how you say that. But, you know, Jersey, we have our own. Hell, we have our own accent, apparently. So you see, nothing's really happening, right? It's just sort of like, yeah, you're just making a line. Yeah, I am. Trying to keep it straight as I can. Probably doesn't even look straight to you guys, come to think of it. But when I'm doing this, it's also kind of making a little bit of a V groove in the, it's hard to call it plexi, in the foam. So you can see now it's already got a little bit of flexibility, and you can see it's starting to move a little. So then I go back, I'll move it one more level, and I just keep going back. That's all I keep doing. Yeah, here comes the squeak. Sorry guys, again, if you don't like the styrofoam squeak. But this is all I'm doing, this is it. And then once that's in, if I can convince my papa to come down, we might be able to move the routed track and show you what it looks like on the film. But anybody have any questions so far? What we're doing here? You know, I'm tying up your Sunday by cutting foam. Woo! But Kent yelled at me. Kent yelled, why aren't you filming? Because I didn't think anybody wanted to see me cut plywood. He goes, you gotta film. So now you're seeing me watch cut pink foam. This stuff's expensive, by the way. I want to point out that many, many, many moons ago, I worked for the Home Depot. And, I worked for the Home Depot, and I can guarantee you this stuff was maybe $6 a sheet. I will tell you that in this thickness, which I'm not even sure we had this thickness before, stuff's $37. Yeah, do your math. Go ahead. 1 sheet, 2 sheet, 3 sheet, 4 sheet. And because I know how to do my maths and my square footages, I also put a little 2x4. So that also helped me with the seams, and that's right in there. You can see the double tape. That's because there's a little 2-foot strip, which allowed me to trim off one of the 4x8 sheets, and that piece is directly in front of you, and I'll be able to cut that in such a way that I will finish this and have some left over, and then I can start building kind of a raised end down there after my bank turn. And yes, I do have a bank turn, and it's pretty. It's so pretty. But yeah, see, I can start feeling it now, the knife's going through easier, but at the same time it wants to move, which I don't like. So now we're going to pull the blade in all the way, or rather push the blade all the way out, sorry, not all the way in. Just want to see how, yeah, we're getting there, okay. So you can see it's got a little more flexibility in it now. Now, in the glass shop world, in the plexiglass world, if I were to run this edge right to the edge of the table, in other words, if this, let's say this line is the table, and I move this right to the edge, and I can literally go, and it'll snap right on that line, no matter what you do, unless you didn't score it enough. I don't trust myself. I don't trust the foam. It's not me. I don't trust the foam to be that smart, because if I break just one piece, I gotta go buy another sheet. I ain't doing that. Not at this price. They can kiss my butt. All right, here we go. So we're gonna put the blade out all the way. Unfortunately, I already cut some of these, but we're gonna go for it. Yeah, see, now it's really tough to cut. Probably should have made one more 3/4 cut, but we're just gonna go for it. And you also feel it start to skip soon, because then it gets like, it starts to fold in on itself, you know? I know this isn't the most exciting thing, but, you know, the Giants were playing. Are they winning? I don't remember. They were when I tuned in, but I saw, what do you call it, running for a touchdown, so I don't know, maybe, maybe not. I'll tune into my favorite comedian later, Mr. DiBenedetto, and I'll watch his recap. By the way, if you guys are on Instagram or TikTok, Dominic or Vic? I think it's Vic DiBenedetto. Same way it's on D-E-B, you know, D-I, whatever. And he does all these funny things with the Jets and Giants, like he pretends to be the coach. You guys want to pee your pants? Go tune in. He's a riot. And Jane and I have seen him live. He's actually really funny. And I think, like Rodney Dangerfield, he was in the, you know, contractor for years. I think this guy was a garbage man. And he made everybody laugh like all the time. And I'm pretty sure this is what he does now as a stand-up comedian. Like I said, we've seen him, I think twice, well definitely once. Oh, my arm's getting tired, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, see? Now you can actually see the gap. And I don't wanna, so if I put a little pressure, it'll start to snap. I'm afraid if it doesn't snap in the right place, I lose, and granted, you know, I'll lose that little bit of kind of clean cut. So that's that part. Let me see what's going on here. Bradley, yeah, he is. It's been a long time coming for Rob. Indeed, indeed. Hi, Barry. How are you? Indeed. I appreciate you guys, man. I really do. Hey, don't forget to like, please, please, please. You don't have to share and all that stuff because nobody's going to watch this. I'm cutting foam. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. I do. So this is going to be probably the last cut. So we're going to give it a little bit of, we're going to move it back. We're going to get it right on the edge of the table. I got to be careful because my timing stuff is over here, but it's just a 2x4 with some other stuff on it. So we're going to keep a little bit of pressure on this, and we're going to cut. So what I'm going to do first, actually wait, I'm going to do this to kind of get it started. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go like that. Oh yeah, it's still cutting for sure. But I can hear it now. See how it's lifting that end? And you'll see when I get further down, all of a sudden it's gonna drop. Because that is mean it's starting to cut. Let's get a little more weight on the end there. Didn't know I had more than one use for pine candles, did you? This hasn't let go yet. Usually it'll start when you can hear it cracking. I'm not really hearing it crack yet. I don't know why. But we'll do it again. Ooh, 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 ooh. There it goes. Ah. There it goes. So watch. Boom. And there you go. Now I can see some poofy, crappy areas, so we're just going to kind of clean those up a little. And this is the drop-off piece, so I don't care if it hits the floor. There it goes. Ta-da! All right. So you can see that's kind of a rough edge, but you can see wherever it's clean is the blade. Wherever it's not, it's just kind of pulling the foam along. It's pretty soft stuff, but I'm not using this unless I get into the mountains, so we're gonna get this piece out of the way, like so. And because this is the cut edge, although I am curious, let's see. Yeah, look at that, tight as a, and waterproof, tight as a clam's butt and waterproof. So let's see, let's get this one back to where it was. Yeah, not bad, not bad. A little bit of cleanup I gotta do. Wow, that's perfect. This one's better than the last one for sure. You see some of the double up stuff we did. And there you go, that piece is in and done. And there, why are you throwing all the pink stuff on the floor? Because my shop vac is under there, you just can't see it. In fact, I just realized I forgot to take this one. Uh-oh. This one, should be able to get in there, I hope. Hold on. I can't really find the right angle I want to cut here. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. Yeah, I was just vacuuming up all these little pieces. It's funny, my buddy Tom said, don't saw it, whatever you do, use a hacksaw blade and put tape on it. But, yeah, that's what it is. All right, let's get this flush. There you go. Wow, I have a lot of extra. Oh, no, wait. Oh. Well, I kind of do. Yeah, no, I kind of do. Okay. So let's do over here. Fold at the end here. Pull it up again. Not bad. Getting there. Getting there. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the track real quick. So you guys don't, I'm sure you guys are already falling asleep on me. And that's okay. I would forgive you. I really would. Yeah, let me show you the track. I'm going to try and keep you on the tripod so I can just put it back down. But let's see. For those that are still tuned in, I'm going to show you, give you a spin around, but there you go. There you go. So there's the routed track, guys. There it is. So let me show you, watch my finger here. So this piece right here is curved and it ends right under here, is extra. You say, Mayor, how'd you get an extra piece of that? Well, that's because that one back there, I'm trying not to wiggle the camera, is a bank turn. Not severe, but it's a little hard to tell from here, but you can see you could see the whole lane. So yeah, that's that part. You say, Mayor, where's the straightaways? They're down there. Here, let's bring this with me. They're down here. My favorite thing to do, watch someone else's work. Yeah, thanks, Steve, appreciate that. But there you go. Those are the straightaways. So the power taps are underneath. Let me show you that, actually, because I had somebody ask me. So I'm going to tilt the camera down, like so. So, hold on, get this one out of the way. And you say, Mayor, what's all these metal things sticking up right here? Underneath, I'm going to do this carefully, I don't want to knock the iPad off, is the power tap. So I'm going to peel the tape away for a second. So this is his power taps. Now, of course, they're twisted because they're going to be connected. And he just used like wire ties? No, what do we call them? Wire nuts. And he just screwed the copper wire onto this. I mean, okay, if that's what he did, I guess we could do that. It worked. He certainly wasn't at a loss for power. But that, and you can see they're all sticking up right now, right? But they won't be, obviously. And they say, Mayor, what's this? He used a reed system for timing. Blech, not a fan. So we're going to use those as my start-finish line, at least one of the holes, and then we'll just kind of fill in the rest of it with like some kind of putty. Easy stuff, nothing too crazy, nothing too messy. And then the track needs a lot of cleaning, guys. Oh my God. Every time he used this, it was WD-40. WD-40. I'm not a fan. I know some of you guys are. I'm not. I know, dry terry cloth towel. Nope. If you saw, I cleaned one of the pieces of track, just literally this far. I don't know, maybe 2 feet. The paper towel, I used 3 pieces. 3 pieces. I went over it twice. I threw the first one in the garbage. It was gray. It was disgusting. Then I got to go in here and get the lanes. You say, Mayor, where's the pink lane? There is none. Oh, poor sweet Jane. But I don't like the pink. I don't like the yellow and the white. They're a little hard to tell apart during the heat of battle, during the heat of the race, right? So I think I'm going to get a paint marker like I have. Where are they? Might be right here. If you're painting your lanes, here you go. Let me show you these, guys. Yeah, look, I got the pink one. What a coincidence. But these are, let me make sure this is clear. Hold on. I'm going to come in as close as I can. There you go. These are the markers you want to do your lanes. And no, it doesn't matter if it's routed or not. But this one, we use WD-40 dry lube. Yeah, I still don't. I like Sharpie glass cleaner, the foam stuff, only the foam stuff. But yeah, these are the markers you want to get. They're paint pens. Okay, and hold on, there's another, there you go, pink rose. Medium point. So medium point is good for HO track, but not the routed stuff because there's already vinyl. You know, the line, the lane is done with vinyl, right? Those are like, you know, vinyl strips or whatever they are, or plastic of some sort. So I'd have to get something finer than this, but I will. So yeah, these are good. This is what we use, and they're good. They lasted me. I mean, I don't think I bought 2 of any color. And we did all 70. The biggest Gale Force, the original Gale Force was 77 feet. You know what? I'm going to give you as a new angle. How about that? Let's go right here. Whoops. Right there. Try not to let it wiggle. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of WD-40. It's a lubricant. I get it. It's dry lube. It's still a lube. Why would you want grease? I don't get it. I've seen it. I've seen it on the track. I see what it could do to this track, and it's a mess. The rails are spotless. Let me put that out there. You know, we used to use the sandpaper, and I'll never do it again. It roughed the rails up. I had a guy show me with a really strong, what do they call those? Not a magnifying glass. But this thing was a monster. I mean, it was gigantic. And he showed me the rails. Oh my God. I made a mess of my track. So yeah, what do I use? I'll show you. Where'd it go? I usually keep it right here on purpose. Where are you? Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Where? There it is. I see it. Okay. This. Now, again, I owned a glass shop. This is the only stuff you want. For automotive, absolutely. For tabletops, absolutely. And I'm telling you, this stuff is better. Here, you know what? Let's do an experiment. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to pick a little piece of track that I have not cleaned, right? Let's be nosy. Let's see. I'm going to take 2, like 1.5. I'll fold it. And we're going to spray it. We're going to do right here. I haven't done this part at all. All right, I did it a little on the heavy side. So I usually let it soak a little bit, but let's just see with with nothing else, just a little bit of pressure. And I'm not pressing hard, because this table isn't really that secure to press really hard. But let's see, all I'm doing is just doing this, right? Da-da-da-da-da. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I did literally, I don't even think that was a 10-inch section. Not even. This is the cleanest paper towel I've taken from this track. I promise. The other one I folded like 4 times. It was disgusting. And it's ironic, it was actually right here. Now, I can see the difference. Like, physically see the difference. And that, too, is a little bit scary. So let's do it again. And again, I'm not even going into the groove yet. I'm not even trying to pull up, like, the colors in the plastic yet. I haven't even put, like, a toothpick into the grooves. And by the way, his grooves are filthy. We're going to have to go over those with, like, I don't know, toothbrushes, toothpicks, dental tools. We've got to clean those up. It's still coming up. It's still coming up, guys. Yeah, it's still coming up. I'm giving it a little bit of pressure now. In the, yeah, look. It's a mess. I'm going to leave my glass cleaner there. Oh, if you want to see, if this is in the store it looks like this with this cap. They used to have a blue cap. I don't think they use it anymore. But let me show you just now from the fold, okay? And again, I mean, guys, it's a mess. It's a mess. Where do you get the glass cleaner? Home Depot. They now sell it at Home Depot. We used to sell it at our glass shop. We had people, because this used to be like not a very well-known company, right? They were small, but they were really big into the glass industry, hence we own the shop. So they would go store to store, shop to shop. And we found a guy, Vinny, a friend of ours, Vinny, who sold it by big cases. And we used to buy it like crazy. And we used to do mirror jobs, right? So that was the big mirrors in your house, like a full wall. If you ever want to see 1980 in my living room, I'll take you up there for some bronze mirror. And that's the only stuff to use, period. It doesn't eat the backing on the mirror. So if you ever go to somebody's bathroom mirror and the backing is all black and chewed up, that's the mercury coming off. And that's fantastic. Fantastic is crap. They make other brands, but the original stuff was crap. And it would eat the back of the mirror. Just eat it to daylights. So that's the stuff you want to use. Again, Home Depot, I think Lowe's probably has it. They even sell mini cans. I used to leave them in my car. But in the summer, I was always afraid they would burst. But yeah, that's the stuff you want, guys. I promise you that's the stuff you want. Look at that. We're down to our last piece. We're on our last piece. Well, sort of our last piece, right? Because we got to do that one. And then we got a little 18 by 18 right there. But not bad. And the beauty of this one is I've got 2 good straight edges. So I'll cut this one, pop it in, and then flip it around and cut the other one. So yeah, let's see what it looks here. Let's box it out to make it look kind of like it's done, even though it's not. And let's take a step back, shall we? Let's take you with me. I'm always willing to try something new. Yeah, try it. I mean, it's good. Look, if you don't like it for your track, yeah, Amazon, absolutely. It's a big company now. They're huge. But here, let's bring you back so we can get a better look. How the table's a little bigger. Anyone who's been here before knows I had a pretty decent sized table before, even though I don't know how to measure apparently. But there you go, guys. Ooh, that's big, huh? I love it. I'm not gonna lie, I love it. Keep the likes up, guys. Please, please, please. I appreciate you. I really do. So yeah, all right, guys. I'm stumbling on my words and I'm starving on my breath, and I doubt you want to see the finished product, but you saw what I did. And even though it's a shorter piece, is it 20? It's now 21 and a half. 21 and a half. And yeah, dude, 21 and a half is big. And thank God, right? We've been blessed with this humongous basement. I'm going to make you laugh. It's 42 feet long. There's still this wall right here, which we could eat up. And then I'm going into the dark here for a second. And then there's a kind of a pump room door, and that's about 5 feet. So there's literally like a whole room right there that could be eaten up. There's a well pump in there. We don't have well water anymore. Our town got rid of that many, many years ago, and it's just sitting there doing nothing. All I got to do is knock down that wall. Name your movie. Knock down that wall, knock down that wall, and knock down that Farragut wall. Go ahead, go. Name your movie. Please, somebody know that. That's a great movie if you don't know good comedies. Well, I'll take you back. It's after, but it's on the potty humor side, like Airplane and all those. But yeah, it is, Barry. I'm lucky. I am. I'm lucky. And don't forget the whole room over there. I mean, we've got our arcade over there. You can see the Ms. Pac-Man machine there in the corner. Where am I? Boop, right there. And we got the big blue chair, which I sit in. A lot of times when I'm watching other people's live videos, I'll sit in the big blue chair, and you could just about see there's a little orange on it, right where the cardboard boxes are. That's all the decor that was on the track. Here, I'll take you over there. What's the difference? You can see it coming into focus now, the big blue chair. So the big blue chair is where I sit and watch everybody else's videos at night. We got our new arcade machine that we just got pretty recently. We're loving that. Found a way to modify it. Oh, yeah, modify it. So I want to get some other old games too, like Missile Command and Centipede and all those. Centipede's tough with a joystick, but they make modifications, but I'm not going to take it that far. I think the PlayStation 4, I had two of them. I gave one to a buddy of mine. I'm not really doing video games like I was. Even upstairs with the PS5, I'm just not doing it. Although I'm going to go live with those on occasion. I did one. It was actually a lot of fun. And I even had the graphics turned down, and I watched it the other day. It actually came out pretty good. So, yeah. So, there you go. Our drag strip, you can just about see it. It's mostly got shut. And this is all tied up back here, guys. You see all my folding tables, right? And this is where we usually have all our luncheons and our dinners when we have big events. But I had to keep making room, for the table and a space to work in. So that's why all these tables are open. I honestly can't wait to get the track on the pink table. I really can't. So, yeah. Let me show you. Oh, let me show you what Tom gave me today. Hold on, guys. I'm going to put you back here again. Hold on. I'm not going to sit you right here in the middle. Let's go right there. Whoops. Right there. Let's tilt up a little. There we go. Let me show you what Tom made for me today. No Dog Motorsports. He gave me my new layout sticker. So let me show you. So this is what this track looks like, guys. Okay. And yes, the S's down here are tighter, but they're still not tight. They're really not. And then the ones above are not. So our pit lane is going to be somewhere here in the middle. It's not going to be as long as the old one, because on a straightaway, it's a lot easier to stop, we think. We're going to find that out. The bank turn I mentioned is over here. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This isn't perfect, right? Because I designed this in Tracker 2000 software. If you guys know, I think that was Gregory Braun. He's no longer with us, I don't think. And so this is a big sweeper, but I can't show that on my software. It would be weird stepped. And if you look, it's actually stepped here. It's turn, straight, turn, straight, turn, straight. This one is a sweeper. Same thing over here. Same thing with here. But it's close enough for government work, as they say. So yeah, Tom made that for me. So I'm going to be putting that on my laptop because I got to do it, right? Got to do it. And I'll show you what that looks like when he got done. You guys may remember the old one. Let me see if I can find where he put it. There it is. So he made this for me a while back. You can see the checker flags, right? So he made this one for me a while ago. And you see he put the new track on it today. Let's see what that looks like real quick so I don't get any glare. Oh yeah, it's perfect. There you go. Ta-da. All right, so that's the new one. So that used to be on the table here. And it will be. It'll be going back, of course. It's the only thing out of scale, unless we have a really big billboard. What else? Some people have been asking about my track. I'll show it to you. It's in this assembly. There it is right there. That's all a Gale Force right there. There's a lot of track there, man. Lots. I mean, look at it all. And these are pretty tall stacks, as you can see. But yeah, there's Gale Force right there. And then the previous owner had these Aurora pieces right here, the old speed controllers. I'm going to sell them. I don't use them. I don't want them. I don't need to display them either. So, and I'm cheap too. I don't know. I don't know what they go for. I'll find out. If they go for $20 a piece online, I'll sell them for 10 because I just want to unload them and put a few bucks back in my pocket. And why not? Why not? I also have a bunch of Parma controllers. Ooh, did I just hit the button? Oh, I didn't. Okay, good. I have a remote here. I can control the camera, or at least turn it off. I have like 8 or 9. I have 9 Parma controllers from him. They're decent. They're no, they're not the modern ones that we use today, but they're really good for anybody just getting started who doesn't want the old AFX little toy controller or the Tomy toy controller. So I'm going to be selling those too. And then we have the oil rig. Hold on. I didn't even advertise this yet today, and I feel bad. I kind of yelled at Kenton because he was looking to show somebody. And then I'm like, well, hang on a second, because I don't want to, if it's somebody he knew, I'll help him out. But hold on, I don't want to lose these. There's barrels on here. I'm going to lose them. It's dirty, but that's just because of the transport. But if you guys are into the O-scale stuff, or if you even want this for your HO track, I mean, that's what this guy had. But see that orange part there in the middle? Kind of looks like root beer or maybe a really dark urine sample. It bubbles when it gets warm, so it's like an oil rig. And the pulley works in the center. Look, it's got the Sunoco logo on it. And like I said, it's a little dirty, but it'll come up almost spotless. I cleaned a little portion of it. It's a old Lionel oil derrick. You can look it up. It's number 455. I've got two of the barrels sitting here, and I think the third barrel it comes with is in one of the bags over here, somewhere in here. And there's old wiring harness. I don't want to show you today. It looks like spaghetti. But we got 4 of these. I think they're 90 ohm. Nope. Yeah, maybe it is. But they're nice. This is what he used on the track, before I took ownership. They're nice. They're smooth, the newer ones. The ones in there, I got 4 90s and a 30, or maybe a 35. I don't know why he has one of those. But I don't know what the other ones are. I can't really make them out. So, hello, William. Evening, sir. So evening, that means you're more East Coast, I guess. But yeah, guys, that's everything. So I'm gonna say maybe wrap it up a little bit. So, anybody have any questions for me? What I'm working on, what I'm doing? We're almost at an hour here. I'll go to the full hour. It's like 4 or 5 more minutes. So let's open up to question and answer sessions. How about that? Anybody have any questions for me at the moment? Hold on, I don't want to lose this track. So yeah, here, let's tilt this up a little bit. Boom, there we go. Yeah, guys, so that's what we're doing, pink foam. I've got literally 2 pieces to cut. 2 cuts and I'll be done. Well, actually 3, because this way and that way. 3 more cuts and the table will be done. And then I'm gonna mark out where all the seams fell. And I love that the pink foam, I purposely used pieces so that every seam, the foam didn't land on a plywood seam, because I may have 2 different thicknesses of plywood going on in there. And they're close, 15, 30 seconds and 3/8. The 3/8 is older, so even though it's all nominal these days, who knows, it's probably still thicker. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff, guys. A lot of stuff. Hey, Carl, I see you. I see you, buddy. So yeah, guys, this is, we're getting there. We're getting there. There's the routers in the back. Pink foam will be on soon. I think I'll probably go live. Let's do that. I'm going to go live again November 30th. I think that's a week from today, if memory serves. So it's the weekend of Thanksgiving. We do a kind of a gentleman's breakfast. So my buddy Tom hooked up with some buddies of his, and I think like once every other month or something, they go to breakfast. And when Tom told me about it, and they told me where they go, I'm the closest one. So the heck with it, we go. So I've met all his buddies. They're great guys. We even went to a pool party with him at Tom's over the summer, and had a great time. So we're going to go there for breakfast. I think Kenton from HO, Stock Cars and HO Trains may be joining us. And then that day, we're drilling holes. We're drilling holes. We're going to start the power taps. We're going to, I don't know, if we're really dedicated and we get a rhythm going, I might be running laps at the end of the 30th that day. I don't know. A week from now, maybe. I don't know. But that's a goal. It's lofty. It is. It's hard for me to get under the table. That's why I bought a mechanics creeper. Guys, you need this in your life. Mechanics creeper, just for this. On my cement floor, it's beautiful. So smooth. I just pedal with my feet, moving my feet around, guiding it with my hands. I wish 2 of the wheels were stationary so that I can just turn and aim, but they're all loose, so you're kind of all doing, like this, trying to get to your spot. But it does work. Probably in the camera there. And I also have the little adjustable stools. Dude, Harbor Freight. Go to Harbor Freight. I see these Viper chairs, like 400 or 500. We'll give you 150 off. I could buy 3 of those for 150 or more. So, what else? This guy, the original owner, had a one track call or one caution button. No. Every one of our drivers has their own. Everybody has their own caution flag. Right here. And what happens when you hit the caution flag at Gale Force Raceway? Anybody remember? Take Me to Church. We played the audio clip from a song from a singer, Kesha. And if you know, the original song is from Hoser. He sang Take Me to Church. And we added that to caution, take me to church. And that's the penalty. Sorry. Our church used to be around here. I don't know if our church is going to be there, but probably because it's after the start-finish line. I think. Let me think. I got to look. Oh, yeah, definitely. So that'll be our penalty to go back to church, and which sucks because if you crash down there, oh, you're in trouble. You got to start all the way back here. So, and then we have to convert. I got to get new timing bridges. I contacted Musgrave, a.k.a. Thor, a.k.a. the old Viper. God, it's like 3 names in there. The old Viper track guy. And, I'm sorry, let me try that again. Viper sold the business to him. Anyway, I emailed him about the timing bridges. I never heard back. But I think I'm just going to purchase them. They're $75 per, though. Ugh. And the thing is, my timing bridges are too narrow. Right? We looked at it today, guys. Let me show you. Hold on. Just to give you an idea. Hold on. You'll actually like this. This is actually pretty cool. So we're going to take out 2 pieces of Gale Force. Look at the difference. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Right? Look at the lane spacing. I mean, this is crazy. It's crazy. I can't even do this by hand. I'm trying, I swear. Yeah, there's a good, I would say about 1/4 of an inch more width, which is awesome. But yeah, I mean, if you just do this, I mean, there's literally, that's got to be 2 inches worth of stuff. So you got drifty room for our cars with no magnets. I'm looking forward to that. And you know what's really cool about this? And yes, you know, Brian's going to make fun of me for going bougie and going routed. Rooster has a routed track. You guys see me doing that in the chats. I always say that. I put it in quotes just to be funny. But yeah, we can drift around a little bit and with no magnets. This is going to open up more of my cars. I'm not a speed demon super Viper. I like them. Don't get me wrong. I have a few. And I have one modified one too. Above the V-Spec level. And they're fun, and they'll run fantastic on here, and we have the big power supply. I have 2 now, by the way, so I might be selling a power supply as well. Hell, I'm selling a whole track, basically, right? Almost complete. Where was I? Trying to get lost. So all that stuff, right? And I'm looking forward to smoothest. I'm looking forward to, believe it or not, just throwing some slicks on a couple of all the magnet tractions I have. I have tons of them. And we don't run them. They pop out so easy on this track. And yeah, we push the magnet down. And yeah, we tweak them. And yeah, we tweak the shoes. And they're better, but they're not. You know what I mean? They're good, but they're just. I'm just looking forward to running more cars. I take you over there, but you can only see one of my slot car cases where there's 3 of them over there. So anyway, so how about we wrap it up right here? Everybody, thank you very much for coming out and hanging out with me, watching me cut foam. Oh, hello, Mayor. When will you make a decision on the price for the old track? That's a great question. Who's that? Dragman. I don't know who that is, Dragman. Everybody's new. Everybody, you gotta love Facebook or YouTube. They went ahead and put everybody's sign-in name rather than the real names. I got lucky. Somehow I kept mine, even though it would probably say something else, like my email, the Beechwood Bruin thingy. I haven't made the decision. I think once this track is up and running, I can kind of get more organized, because you can see everything is just everywhere because I needed the space. Half of this stuff was on, well, maybe not, but all the decor was on the track, which allows the boxes underneath, and then once the chair is open, you know, all the tables can be folded, and when the tables are folded, you know, it's a domino effect. I would say once it's up and running, I'm ready. I'll be ready. I'm going to sell the oil derrick, all 9 of the Parma controllers. I I mean, you know, there's all kinds of stuff in here. He gave me a lot of extras. He gave me a lot of stuff. Here, take this, take this, take this. I'm definitely going to keep my DeFalco controllers. I love them. Again, I'm wired for brakes. My controllers aren't capable of it, but they can be added. I'm not going to do it just yet. I'm just not. What else is here? The original track. I mean, holy smokes, there's a ton. And for the record, there's a ton there. I have a tub still. Not a big tub, like a small, short tub, but it's filled. It's filled with more track pieces. And again, I can't get over there to show you. But yeah, dudes, I have a lot. I do have a lot. So yeah, all right, guys. Let's wrap it up right here. I'm going to retirement gift to yourself. Good for you, Barry. I'm not ready to retire because I keep doing this. So guys, thank you very, very much for tuning in. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe and tell your friends. And, you know, as Scott says, you know, light some sparks and melt some plastic and not the other way around. Another guy says, you know, keep the slot towards the bottom or keep the tires on the bottom or rubber to the road. I don't have a catchphrase. I don't have a catchphrase. I guess I need one. You know, Rooster has a routed track. That's a funny catchphrase. But no, I don't have one. But all right, guys, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we're definitely going live on the 30th. And keep an eye on my posts section, guys. Posts. So if you go onto my site and you click my banner, you'll see, what is it, videos, shorts, live, and somewhere in there is posts. I haven't enabled community yet. I want to see other people's experiences first, because I don't want another Facebook. Ugh, please. But yeah, posts. So keep an eye on those. You can see a lot of the progress in my posts right now, where we cut the table, shorten the table, decided to get a table, enlarge the table, decided to go for the bigger track, etc., etc. There's a lot of stuff in there. So everybody, thank you. Appreciate you. Peace. Cheers.